Welcome to Sharper Square, presented by Hard Rock Bet. We are part of the Volume Podcast Network. This is the show that makes the squares sharper, makes the wise guys pay attention. I am Chad Millman. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, my companion, my compadre, my BFF professional bettor, Simon Hunter. Hello, Simon.
Chad, how we doing?
Dude, look, I'm about to embark on a few days of an adventure. I feel like I feel so freaking lucky. I cannot tell you. I'll be in Miami. Two of my closest buddies, Andy and Matt, who grew up with me. We all grew up together outside Chicago. We all went to Indiana. We're all going to be at the game on Monday night. We'll be there for the Bears game on Sunday night. These are like, honest to God, not to get sentimental, just glorious opportunities and weekends that just don't come around that often. So I'm ready to roll, brother. Ready to roll. Are you?
Yeah, no, I mean, like we talk all the time, it's the best time of year if you love good football, right? It's the highest level being played, and you're just fortunate enough that both your two favorite teams are still here playing, and it is, let's see the date, January 17th. I can't believe it. Chad's in the finals for the playoffs with his Indiana Hoosiers and the Bears. It's a real possibility where we're sitting here next week and they're playing for, a championship of their own conference. It's a crazy time right now for Chad, and a lot of, like you said, a lot of Chicago fans. A lot of them have ties to Indiana. So
of course,
it's a great time for the Midwest.
Iceman cometh. Go Caleb. All right, this divisional weekend version of the Strip Down in the Room, eavesdropping, Sharper Square. We're going to narrow it down to final 5 picks. A lot of injury conversations, weather, lines being impacted. You can see the dynamic contest lines Simon and I are playing at the free Sharper Square Pro Football Pick'em contest. If you've signed up to play at sharpersquare.thevolume.com, you can track us in the contest at Chad and Simon BFFs. Don't forget, we're playing both sides and totals in the contest. Simon, we will lock in based on all the games. So we're going to talk about all the games. There's only 4 of them. We're going to go in order of what I think our top 5 are right now, not in the order of the schedule. So Seattle, San Francisco, under 45.5. This was Chad's choice. It continued to tick down. It's at 45 in some places, 44.5 elsewhere. It is 45.5 in the contest. I think it's ticked down maybe because of the Darnold news. I'm leaking a little bit of confidence. Something tells me that I know from Killer Sports, there's a trend that when 2 teams have gone grossly under in the 2 times they've played, the 3rd time goes over. But I just can't see schematically between the way the Seahawks are going to want to play this game and some of the limitations the Niners have on offense with the personnel on the field. This game feels like it should go under to me. So I'm still on the under. I want you to make me feel really good about it.
Yeah, still under with you, but I saw that stat too. I think it's like basically if you blindly bet the over here, it's a 57% success rate in the sense that it's just a long term, like Chad said, these two teams technically, maybe that's what we've been missing here, right? Because we both could not understand this total. And, it's in the playoffs, especially the week we're coming off of, I feel like every bet we're going to make is going to have a little leak of confidence here.
Yes.
But I'm dug in on it. I still think the under is a play. If anything, seeing the Sam Darnold news, I don't know about you, but it made me even happier for our early bet on the under, just because, I mean, think about how much they use his legs to go outside the pocket and, get different looks from the defenses. Because we talked about all year, the Sam Darnold has not played well, but where he has played well is within the offense, get it to JSN. That's been the key, right? So for any time the plays break down, he uses his legs. He's always looking for JSN, his best receiver, and it's been magical for them, right? Every time they need a 3rd down, it feels like he finds that guy. So, as soon as I saw that injury news, I did think this would pop at 6.5. It seems like the way they're talking, it's not. They're trying to make it out to be not as serious, and the books reflect that. But we're gonna go through it here, like how the public's been, everything like that. This is a game where the public has been hammering this under, and they've been hammering the Niners, and the pros have been hammering the Seahawks, and they've been hammering the over. So we're definitely on the public side here. We talked last week, though. The public does win the playoffs. That stuff doesn't really matter as much. And, here I'm still shocked to be seeing the 7. I'm still shocked to see it's 7, but we talked about it. It's just there's that many injuries for the 49ers, right? They're that banged up. The books have to hang this one. So, if I had to pick a number here, if I had to say, well, I'm more confident on the 7 or I'm more confident the under, I would go with the under. I mean, if you have to pick a side here, obviously I'm going the 49ers, but I still really like the under play. Just about both I see these offenses playing, right? I think they're both going to try to lean heavy into the run for this matchup and ball control. So, this one, like you said, it's ticked down, was 46. Now a lot of books are showing 45. A couple of them are already moving to 44.5 this morning. So, once again, we see if Sam Darnold is fully cleared, we get the guy on the sideline before and saying, yeah, he's running well, he's looking good. This could steam up another point again. So I wouldn't be upset if you missed it, if your book's showing 45.5 or 44.5. I do think I might be able to get back to 46, but I would grab the 45.5 now just to be safe. If he does go out there and it's not right and they do have to start Drew Lock, this might steam down 4 or 5 points on the total and maybe 3-4 points on the side. So we're all waiting bated breath here to hear what's going on with Sam Darnold, but I cannot see him missing this game. If anything, he'll do what we've seen these other quarterbacks do, right? Take the shot, whatever he needs to do, and just get out there and play on one leg. It's just, this is what he just played for 18 weeks to get to. I just can't see Sam Darnold missing this game.
All right, well, the under was Chad's choice. So I got a feeling it's going to make it into our final 5. The other day, you surprised me with a complete 180. I don't know if there was bullying involved from the professionals or not, and committed to the Patriots potentially being one of your biggest bets for the weekend, Patriots at -3. It's at -3.5 at Hard Rock Bet right now. I mean, Nico Collins not playing is a factor, but it's a challenging one because this Texans defense is so good. So give me your current take. Are you still leaning into the Patriots as field goal favorites?
Yeah, still leaning into it. We've talked a little bit about it where this Houston defense, they are historically great. If there is a team that could go up to New England and pull off an upset, no doubt it is this Houston team. But it really is one of the games where you break it all down and you look at the different trends. Everything, it feels like, favors this New England team. I mean, we've obviously all seen this trend with Drake Maye as a favorite, 3 points or more, 11-0 straight up, 9-2 against the spread. Even when you pull it back even further, this Texans team, they've won 10 straight games. In the history of the NFL, teams that have won 10 straight games are now they're an underdog in the divisional round, 0-4 straight up, 1-3 against the spread in that exact
Interesting.
spot. Yeah, and it's just, we talk at the time how rare it is, right? A team has won 10 straight, and now they're bigger than a 3-point dog on the road with a team that's great as a number 2 defense. It's not shocking to see how the split the bets are here. The public side definitely is the Patriots, right? You've seen, even the start of the week, the more that the public money was coming on this Patriots team, but we've finally seen some professional money come on this Patriots team and drive it up to 3.5. When it's been sitting at 3 all week, it's starting to slowly move up now to 3.5. And we love the total. There still are 41s out there. I mean, Hard Rock here in Jersey still 41. That's another line that started ticking down a little bit, right? It's come down now, a couple of books down to 40.5. And another game you could see if there's a little bit of weather could usually drop below 40. So points going to be really tight here. And we've talked a little bit about it. I just have so many questions with this Houston team where, my questions I do have about Drake Maye and this New England offense, I still think they're going to be able to move the ball. As good as this Houston defense has been, the one real weakness they've had is deep ball passing and teams that can attack the ball downfield. Drake Maye is number 2, I believe, in graded balls downfield, and he was number 1 on EPA per play on balls throwing 20 yards downfield. Like, he's been really impressive putting the ball downfield, and if that's the only real weakness of this Houston defense, you expect them to exploit it like that. I mean, we didn't talk too much about the Pittsburgh game, but Aaron Rodgers, he had guys downfield. He just didn't have the time, right? He never had the time because he can't use his legs.
And there were some drops.
Yeah. I mean, that one that stands out to you, same to me, is that DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
brutal
Game
drop.
changer. Changed the game.
Changed the game.
Changed the game.
It was going to be a touchdown, and then he didn't go to him for about 2 quarters after that. So, looking at this matchup, there are ways for them to attack it. And if the number scares you off terribly, honestly, my biggest investment is once I heard those trends and the numbers about the money line, I've really invested heavily in New England's money line. So, once again, shop around, get the 3. You don't have to take the 3.5. If we're stuck with a 3.5 in the contest, I don't hate it because we're having a tough time finding the 5 here. But I think this is the type of game where Patriots just roll, not just offensively, defensively with Vrabel and Houston. We've seen CJ struggle on the road. I think losing Nico is going to be too much for him to overcome here. So it's a really interesting matchup. The fact that this number, I was sitting at 3 all week, and now we're heading into Saturday here, and it's finally getting professional money getting bumped at minus 3.5.
Simon, as soon as we're done here, I'm taking off to see the Indiana Hoosiers playing the National College Football Championship game at the very cool and famous Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. And thanks to our friends at Hard Rock Bet, I will be there live. The best place to stay when you're down there in Florida, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood, Florida. It is the closest place. Also, the Guitar Hotel there is incredible. I've stayed there. I've played there. That's why it's the grand prize in our pro football pick'em contest. Some lucky winners can get to experience that as well. I'll be in the sports book. I'm going to be soaking it all in. I'm going to be using the top-rated Hard Rock Bet app when I'm not there so I can hammer the Hoosiers. It's the only legal sports betting app available in the state of Florida. Say hello to me. They'll be handing out profit boost tokens to use on the game, and select VIPs are getting instant bonus bets dropped right into their accounts. Be sure to check it out. Can't wait to get down there. See folks at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. San Francisco, Seattle, the number, we just touched on it. We didn't go as deep as we did into the total. Ricky Pearsall, San Francisco 49ers receiver, is confident he's going to play. But there's no George Kittle. There's no Trent Williams. There could be real challenges for this running game. However, the Darnold news has changed some of the calculus on this. Simon, we didn't really dig deep on it, but I think we can both say that we will be on the Niners in this game at plus 7.5. It's now at 7. In the contest, it's going to be at 7.5.
Yeah, and I had a couple people ask right away, is this not like when we were heavily backing the Seahawks against Carolina Panthers, right? And that number went up to 8, -8 at one point in the Seahawks, and they absolutely rolled that Panthers team. And it's like, aren't you worried you guys are stepping in here with this Niners team? And, playoffs are very different. We talk how teams play so tight. The only thing that's giving me some type of pause would just be everyone I've talked to professionally and public-wise is on this Niners team, it feels like. I know some groups, they're contrarians and they're on the Seahawks, but money-wise, guys I respect, it's all Niners right now. So not shocked to see this one come down. I'll hit you with a stat one more time that I really love from Evan. Road teams that missed the playoffs last year that are a dog in the divisional round, 29-14, so 67% against the spread since 2003. So we talk all the time. It's usually a team that's a little underrated. This Niners team is not, though. Yeah. I think more people are comfortable betting them. I gave out that stat. Shanahan basically has been dominant, winning these games outright. He's 3-0 in the divisional round as a dog straight up, which is really impressive. But I did see this crazy stat basically about teams that were underdogs in the wild card round, and now they're in the divisional round as an underdog. Since 2003, these teams are 3-22 straight up, 13-12 against the spread. So that goes for 49ers, Bills, and Chicago. So the 3-22 straight up one really jumped out to me. Like maybe they cover, but it just shows how winning these games back to back as a dog is so hard. It is so hard, which makes sense, right? Especially on the road for the Niners and the Bills. So yeah, for me, I'm not going to put too much, obviously, on the money line here. Maybe I'll pull that back a little bit, but on the +7, +7.5, I'm happy to walk right into it. Like this is we might get burned here, Chad, but long term, this will be a winner, right? Going forward in the future, we have to keep going back to that where it's like, okay, teams that didn't make the playoffs the year before now, big dogs in divisional round, they just cover. Like historically, they've covered in this exact spot. So I know it's scary with all the injuries. We've talked about it. Just third time playing each other, divisional game, you expect it to be tight. Everything went wrong the last time they played. Like it really did. Like that pick in the red zone when the McCaffrey, that just does not happen with him, right? So really get into this one at the end of the day. It's like, talk all the time about not overthinking this one. I'm trying not to overthink it where it's like, guys, we're getting a great number here. Let's take it. And especially in contests, if it's 7.5, Chad, that's going to be a real hard choice to pass on that number.
I don't know that we can.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. We talked about Houston, New England, the side, but just to be clear, we are on Houston, New England and the under.
Yeah.
If you can get the 41, get it. It's also at 40.5, below the key number. I took it at 40.5. This was our brass balls. I think we're going to have a hard time leaving this one out of the contest too.
Yeah, and I mean, live, that Seahawks game we just talked about, Chad's favorite bet, the under, it is now moving almost every book to 44.
There we go.
So again, I'm going to lose my mind all day because is this Sam Darnold movement? Are we like? I can't wait to get off this call and try to find out more. And obviously, if I hear anything that I can put out there, I would beforehand. But Schefter will always beat me to the punch. It's what the man does. He gets paid millions of dollars to do that. But for this game, I haven't wavered at all. I still love the under. And once again, it's another one I'm happy we got ahead of it. Just because the Nico Collins, it did move this by a point. So to me, if any game is stupid enough to go over with some fluky plays, this would obviously be the game, right? We have two defenses that can be beat by deep balls, but I can't see CJ having a career day here without his guy, Nico Collins, especially the fact that Christian Gonzalez is back. And he's back with no residual effects, right? They said he is totally cleared, didn't have any sleep issues or anything like that. So huge deal to know that Gonzalez is going to be locking down half the field here against an already banged up and weak Houston team. And, Houston also might have an injury to the offensive line. So can Milton Williams take advantage of that? We'll see. But Patriots, as bad as their pass rush I thought was against the Chargers last week, I thought their coverage was excellent. So I'm really excited to see this defensive matchup between both these guys.
Rams -4 at Chicago. Here's a great stat for you. 40 years ago this week, the Chicago Bears last played the Los Angeles Rams in the playoffs. I was at that game with my buddy Matt. Matt and I will be watching the game together in much warmer conditions than we did that day in Chicago, watching it from Miami. Back then, it was the monster of the Midway Super Bowl shuffle, Chicago Bears, who completely dominated the Rams, and they were favorites. Bears underdogs here, but it's going to be icy. It's going to be conditions. I'm getting pictures from friends of the George Halas statue outside Soldier Field just covered in snow. What are we doing here?
I know what I'm doing. I'm definitely still on this Rams team, and for full game, I'm doing it. But obviously, my bigger bets I've talked about, my positions are the Rams first half. It's -2.5 now, I believe, and obviously the under for the first half. So, I'm a little gun shy, obviously, with this whole Bears second half. They burned me for so much money last week, but we talked about it. I know lightning doesn't strike twice, but if they're down 14 at half, you got to throw a little bit on the Bears money line once again. I mean, they keep, this is who they are, right? At this point, you can't deny it. What is that number? Was that number 8 or 9 come back within the last 2 minutes of a game? Like something
7. Well, you say lightning doesn't strike twice. For the Bears, lightning has struck 7 times this year because they've come back.
It is who they are. That's what I mean.
They've come back with 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left in the game, 7 times, NFL record. To your point, though, we owe people a rock in a hard place bet of the week presented by Hard Rock Bet. We're going a little bit off the board here. We've been talking about it all week. Our rock in a hard place bet of the week presented by Hard Rock Bet is going to be the Rams and Chicago, the first half under. We liked it at 25.5 on Tuesday. It's a 23.5. We're still recommending you take the under at 23.5. Let's get a quick word from our sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. We'll come back on the other side with our final five. Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet, with Miami making the national championship. You know Hard Rock Stadium will be rocking, and if you're going to the game, Hard Rock Bet is giving you a $10 bonus bet to get in on the action. If you're watching the game out in Miami, head to the Hard Rock Cafe Miami, Duffy's North Miami Beach, American Social Miami, and Batch Brickell. Hard Rock Bet is dropping $10 bonus bets there too. You can turn that free $10 bonus bet into a big win by placing the same game parlay, or even if you're just watching the game at home, there's still no better place to bet the natty than Hard Rock Bet because it's Florida Sportsbook. So they're going crazy with promos for this one. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet, there's still time for you to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet. And if it hits, you get not only your winnings, but also an extra $150 in bonus bets. Even if your team may be out of the playoffs, that doesn't mean you have to sit on the sidelines. Between same-game parlays, live betting, a can't-miss welcome offer, and new promos dropping every day, Hard Rock Bet has you covered all postseason long. That's Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. All right, brother, listen, I'm leaving the last one up to you. I think we're locked in on Seattle, San Francisco under 45.5 in the contest, San Francisco plus 7.5, New England minus 3.5, and the total in the New England Houston game, which is 40.5. I'm sort of at a loss on the other games. I know you love the Rams, so it's at 4.5 in the contest. We can also get 48.5 on the total in that game. Or do we just go off the board with Buffalo and Denver and take the over in that game, even though I don't like anything in that game?
Yeah, like we talked, the 49ers one we both love. I get all those stats, right? I think it was Purdy, 4-0 against the spread straight up in his career. He's never lost in Seattle, winning those games by 10 points per game. So he's obviously been dominant when he goes up there, Brock Purdy. But yeah, for that Bills-Denver game, I gave you those stats. It's really, really hard to win back-to-back playoff games on the road, especially when you have a banged-up team. So it stinks for us. I wish I could dig in more and be heavy on Denver, but the Josh Allen effect, I think both of us, it just scared us off. But yep. I am obviously still on the Denver side. Yeah, if you want to go with the over in that game, I could support it. But to me, if I had to give out the five I like, I would do 49ers plus 7.5. I'll do the under with you. I'd want to do Patriots minus 3.5. I'll take the under with you in that one as well. And for the last one, if I had to stick it in, I guess I would go Rams over Denver here, just because at the end of the day, I won't hate myself if I lose on Stafford against Caleb. Where if we lose in the contest because I took Bo Nix over Josh Allen.
Terrible.
Yeah, I could see the fans absolutely crushing me. So that's where I'm at with that one. It's like I feel good. Kind of hate both of them. But that's how it is. You're at this time of year, it's hard not to have the fan in us. I think both fans of us want the Bears and the Bills to both win.
Yeah.
But that's the tough part here. I'm trying not to let that filter in here. So I'm going to leave it up to you, buddy. Would you rather do Denver or LA?
We're going to go with the Rams. I hate it, but it's this, I don't have any.
You can't lose.
I don't have any feeling on the Bills and the Broncos. I don't love the number. I don't want to bet against Josh Allen, but it's a bad situation. Whereas the Bears, I could see them winning. And if I lose this game because the Bears won, I've emotionally hedged. I'm totally fine. I feel really good about our other four picks.
Yeah. And again, people have asked, obviously, it might feel like the sucker bet of the day, but the Bills, you could tease them up to 7.5. I get it. Like I've thrown them in a bunch of bets as well, even though I'm heavy on the Denver side. It just is Josh Allen really gonna get blown up by Bo Nix? That feels like something that can't actually happen here. But these lines, Chad, like we talk all the time, they're really tough here. But I'm happy we're going the Rams over that Denver pick.
All right, so we got Seattle and the Rams under 45.5. We got the Niners plus 7.5. The Patriots minus 3.5, the under in the Houston Patriots game, 40.5, and the Rams -4.5. Those are our official 5 picks. Those have been submitted. This has been Sharper Square, part of the Volume Podcast Network. We will be back on Sharper Square on Sunday night after the Bears-Rams game. We'll recap a lot of misery, and I'll be prepping for the Indiana Hoosiers in the national title game on Monday. Watch or listen on YouTube at Sharper Square. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, download us from Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you get your pods. Rate, review, subscribe, leave us 5 stars, say whatever you want. Feedback is a gift. Until next time, love you.
The road to the Super Bowl filled with unexpected twists and turns, detours, and shattering collisions. But the final prize makes the trip worthwhile.